You don't seem so far away. The only thing between us is empty space, empty space. And even when the music is loud, I'd rather be no other place than here with you now, here with you now. Here with you now. See your face in the crowd. You don't seem so far away. The only thing between us is empty space, empty space. Even when the music is loud, I'd rather be no other place.
You should do. I had a suggestion. You should do predictions for. I can hear myself.
Hello, talking a little bit. Okay. Do you have fiber? Oh. Good God.
As I was saying, you should do predictions for like will the receiver score this inning, or I don't know, will this be a 1-2-3 inning, or.
Can you have multiple predictions running at once?
But you could do one for each inning.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
out into center, and that gets past. I believe that's Devar. It is, and the runner is gonna go home. It's gonna be an inside the park home run to lead things off for the Skulls. Heading in the right center, and that one's gonna get down. And the Skulls are going to take a 4-3 lead. Kipchoge get a run, and he's safely into third. And the Skulls are back on top. Welcome, everybody, to the final day of Season 5 Super Series action here in the SSBL. Well, it was all Skulls for the first 2 games of the series, with the Retrievers coming to bat in the Game 2, getting a little bit of momentum built there into a Game 3, getting the win at home. The Skulls have a 2-1 lead. We will play at least 2 games today in the best of 7 series. I'm Fisac on the call tonight, joined by my good friends. We've got Whitney and we've got Squared. It's great to have you guys. I want to go to you first, Squared. What did you think of on Tuesday, and what are you anticipating tonight?
Like you said already, Skulls pretty much dominated the first 2 games at Biganda. And then the Retrievers got a gutsy win. Well, I wouldn't say actually. Game 2 was a little bit more closer, but it just Retrievers got a gutsy win Game 3. And tonight I'm looking for the Retrievers offense to kickstart some things. Offense has been kind of flat coming out, but the pitching in more so in Rockford and Dina Gregory have really carried them through 2 of these games, and they need to even up this. We look into even up this series and offense to show up.
All right, what about you, Whitney? What did you see in games 1 through 3, and what are you looking for tonight?
Games 1 and 2, Skulls heavily dominated from their starting pitching. Game 3, we saw Peach Dropkin absolutely ride that game for the Retrievers. Retrievers have to get their offense kick-started tonight and to be able to win these games. They're throwing out a pitcher we haven't seen before yet in this postseason, Chesley Hickman. They're going to have to rely on her to get a win here and even up the series.
We're heading to Game 4 action right here on the SSBL. It's Tamayo versus Hickman in beautiful Sakura. I think one of the prettiest stadiums we have in the entirety of the Super Series. Little bit of a change in the lineup as Richie and Juandek have switched positions. Juandek will be at third while Richie will be the designated hitter. But here we go as Hickman throws the first pitch for a strike, and we are underway here at Sakura.
Hickman, a bit of an inverse of what Happy Tailwind is. She's coming in at 51, 69, 88. The high accuracy hoping to limit the walks that Happy Tailwind had problems with early in the game in Game 3.
Right to Juandek as we see him for the first time in the field. What do you guys make of that decision as we see Brock Yellow now with 1 out here in the top of the first?
Richie very much struggled, especially in Game 3 of Paramount as Yellow hits a ball in the left field. But Richie very much struggled in the field. A change I think needed to be made. Is Juandek the change we will see this game, and look for the Skulls to try to hit on that left side of the infield.
Caught a ball right to him, and then that one gets through on the left side. Here is Kipchoge, laced up the middle. Runners on first and second with 1 out.
Richie is iffy on defense to begin with, and if he gets tense, like he had 2 or 3 errors in those first 3 games, and once he gets tense, that arm and defense gets even worse, and it's just not something it's good to have as a liability on a hot corner.
This one fouled up to the right side. Denver Brainstorm, the former Gaucho Sprada coming in. This one is jacked deep into right center. And the Skulls have taken the Game 3 disappointment and turned it into a 2-0 lead here in Game 4.
Skulls jumped out early, wasting no time in getting the scoring off, and already Retrievers, even before they get up, have a deficit to climb.
Brings up Carl Henry with Brainstorm on second. Still 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Hickman already down to tenths. 1-2 count now. Fouled early. We'll do it again. This one is jacked high into right center. That's carrying. It's at the track. It's at the wall, and it's off of the top of the wall with centimeters to spare. And because of that, Brainstorm only advances to third.
Really wish outfielders could make jumps at the wall. We know that they can jump over walls, it's just they don't make the jumps to the top of the wall. One of the fatal flaws of the game.
Right to Hart, and he goes right to first for the second out, but Brainstorm scores from third. It's now 3-0 Skulls. Brings up Wiley and Tense. And that one's gonna get through up the middle, getting it in center. His swings, he'll make the throw home. Caught up by Betancourt, and they throw home to a safe, and there was a runner at first available. It's now 4-0 Skulls.
Barrett Hewitt has struggled defensively at second this series. The dives are just not there, mistimed, and she just ends up missing by a whole lot.
Randy Raskeller, one of the many former Bombers in this series, as that's to Hewitt to Betancourt for out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the first inning. The Skulls put up 4 early. Betancourt, Richie Hart due up for the Retrievers.
Absolute nightmare start for the Retrievers coming in. They had some forward momentum after the Game 3 win, and the Skulls just completely coming out and putting up a 4 spot.
Well, it'll start with Betancourt here. 1-2 count, swings on the inside curve. We'll do it again. Swing and a miss. She got right up there. Tamayo gets his first K of the game.
Tamayo is one of those pitchers that are kind of hit or miss. He had a really good outing in the regular season against the Angels. I think he went 8 or 9 innings and shut him down pretty easily. But then that Wildcats game in the Epic Conference Finals was a bit rough for him. He needs to get started early if he wants to go long in this game. 2 quick outs.
Richie will line that one right to first. Easy step on the back for Carl Henry. Brings up Crew Hart. Facing a 2-2 count now. Watches high. He's earned a full count. And watches for the first base runner for the Retrievers as Hart gets on. And here is old Iron Ball's Woody Walker. He certainly had some magic in the heroic series. Woody Walker swings out what was an easy walk. Instead, it's right to left. Wiley Intense grabs it. They go down. We head to the top of the second inning. Dinklage Morgoon, top of the order, due up for the Skulls here in game number 4. To give y'all an idea of what will happen, we've got games 4 and 5 confirmed happening here at Sakura. Any additional games, we will head back to Bingata Bowl. Skulls need to just win 2 in order to win the Super Series, as that one's right to Hewitt. Throw it first in time for out number 1. Retrievers will look to square it up at 2 with this game to guarantee at least a game 6. Benjamin Botley.
Big for Hickman if she can come out and put up a 1-2-3 inning, or at least a 0.
Well, not going to get it there as Botley is walked, and that brings up the hot-hitting Brock Yellow, followed by the hot-hitting Kip Shaw, followed by the hot-hitting Denver Brainstorm, and then you got Carl Henry to deal with right after that.
Yeah, you don't want to you don't want to allow a free pass with the Murderer's Row coming right behind Botley.
1-1 count now. Hickman still tense. Look to maybe earn a Dragon special here. This is low, and now another full count. Runner will take off for a second, and that will be back-to-back walks from Hickman. And that brings up Kip Shaw. Not looking good for the Retrievers here. Kip Shaw already has a single to his name from last inning. This one, diving Juan Deck. He's going to go to second. Not in time.
And that is where Juan Deck, that as well as straight up Juan Deck does not have. Oh my God, Peace Dropkin.
Chesley Hickman is out. 1.1 innings, and in comes Peach Dropkin.
But as I was
Bases
saying,
loaded now.
Juan Deck doesn't have an arm really at third, and Brock Hill is too fast, and the Skulls are just taking advantage.
And Peach Dropkin comes in. The stud from the bullpen walks in a run. It's now 5-0. Bases loaded, and here's Carl Henry. One-two count now. Just misses on the outside corner. Swing and a miss. He got rung up there. 2 outs now, and here is Rick Maniac. Right to Betancourt. She'll step on the bag, but the Skulls add another. We get into the bottom of the second inning. Now, guys, Hickman is done after 1.1 innings. Yesterday, it didn't last long for Tailwind, and Peach came in and had a fantastic outing. Did that need to be a repeat performance here?
It has to be.
It almost has to. You can't. I mean, but you can't expect Peach Dropkin to pitch like she did in Game 3. Like, you can't expect her to do that and score the amount of runs you've been scoring all series.
I mean, right now they would have to score 1 fewer than they've scored all series. The Retrievers have scored 6 runs this series.
Popped up to the left side, easily handled by Rascal. Well, I was able to speak with Josh Watley, about his squad and talking about how there was a lot of hate given to the Skulls on Tuesday, but how it's a scary lineup as he ranks them up there, and how all of the deep pitching have come from trades. And really, this is just a solid Skulls of Rock roster.
Yeah, he's making up for the epic collapse from last year, and this roster, one of the best in the game, and showing it here.
Well, finally a base runner from a hit here, as it brings up Vera Hewitt. Runner on first, 2 outs. Retrievers looking for a little bit of a rally here. Down 5 in Game 4. To left side, Raskeller, the throw to first, in time for the 3rd out. Led to the top of the 3rd inning. It's still 5-0 Skulls.
Now batting the left fielder, number 8.
Whitney, how much of a factor do you think Deck at third is going to play into this game, as we've already kind of seen?
I mean, it's not that much of a difference. Deck has 9 more fielding, but 7 less arm. And that 7 less arm we already saw, even though if that's Richie, I don't know if 7 more arm makes that throw to second or first. I just don't know if that was the right move to make.
Right into center, gets a base runner, and that one's off of the glove of Kerwin Karp, and that will be advancing to second now. Wily Intense, and Randy Raskeller pops up in front of the plate. Kerwin Karp makes the grab for out number 1. What do you think was the mentality behind that decision of switching Juan Deck and Richie?
Keeping the better bats in there. Claudette Levi would be the other replacement, the one I talked about, but doesn't have near the power as either the other two do. She only has 29 power, so that was probably the mindset, and I understand that. Power is very important in 3.
This one, Kerwin Karp getting more work in front of the plate as he gets the 2nd out. Brings up Benjamin Botley, top of the order here for the Skulls, as Botley now has batted every single inning. 2-2 count, swung on. This is into short. Kuhart the throw to first, not in time. Botley beats it out, and now here comes Murder Row from the Skulls. Brock Yellow, runners on the corners, 2 outs in the top of the 3rd. Skulls already have a 5-0 lead.
Retrievers have gone back to game 1 and 2 defense, and we know how those games ended.
But I mean, you have to attribute as Brock Yellow or
And he guns him down. Karp throw to Hart in time to get the runner ahead to the bottom of the 3rd. Go ahead and finish what you were saying, Squared.
But I mean, I think you can contribute, but like the Skulls are kind of one of the fastest teams in the SSBL, and it's showing here. You know, Botley has great speed, Yellow has great speed, Kip Shaw, Morgoon. A lot of these guys have a lot of speed on this team.
That one into right, and looking to try and turn two, but will stay at first. Leadoff single brings us back to the top of the order, Velma Betancourt.
But I think you can point to some of that as well, where the speed is kind of putting, you know, a lot of pressure on the retrievers. Like that was a tough play for Crew Hart. He was in deep shortstop in the hole, and he had to backhand it and make the play.
Swing and a miss. She gets rung up by Tamayo there as he is looking close to locked in. Is that neutral right now? Here is Richie. And that one is off of the glove of Maniac. Runner thought he was going to take off for a second.
Oh my God.
Kerwin Carp Collar Henry doesn't even need to throw out of the pickle. Carp got caught in no man's land, and Henry will step on the bag here, and it goes a leadoff single to 1-2-3. One to the top of the fourth. It's 5-0 Skulls.
Yikes.
Now batting.
We've seen that like in multiple series this postseason, where a runner gets picked off trying to advance off a pass ball and then ends up getting got. I think that's at least the second or third time we've seen that.
Brock Yellow gets a single after his at-bat was interrupted by the gun him down throw to end the top of the third inning. Brings up Kip Shaw, who's already got 2 singles.
Nope, that's low. That's outside.
2-1 count, runner on first.
Outside.
Check swing. And this one is jacked. It's heading
Oh
deep
my
at
God.
the track, at the wall. It's all the way in Japan. It's out of here. And the Skulls now take a 7-0 lead.
500 feet.
I've never seen 500 before in the SSBL.
Oh my.
I think it happened in season 1, but that's the first time I think I've ever seen it since. That it's happened since.
500 feet.
Brings up Denver Brainstorm.
That's foul.
Gained an RBI from getting walked on in the third inning, or in the second inning, rather. Faces a full count here. Chases low. We'll do it again. Peach Dropkin is tense already at 45 pitches. He gets rung up there. Brings up Carl Henry. Now, guys, we've seen some balls die in the outfield this series because we've been playing in Bengata, and Sakura, especially in center, will do that as well. That ball was long gone.
That was a home run in Shaka and a half.
Take your base.
Dropkin walks Henry here.
That
up
might
Rick
be
Maniac.
the longest home run in SSBL history.
535, was that it?
It was 502.
502 popped up. And Pete Shopkin will record the second out. Brings up Wiley Intense.
Number 8.
Ball. High.
53 pitches for the bullpen stud. And this one is up the middle. Intense gets a hit here with 2 outs. Runners on first and second, top of the fourth. 7-0 Skulls lead, and here comes Randy Raskeller.
Just a reminder from Game 3, it took Peach Dropkin about
Outside.
65 to 70 pitches to get 19 outs.
Tense here, about to throw her 58th pitch. 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks given up so far in 2.1 innings. This one right to the glove of Betancourt, and she'll step on the bag. A Kip Shaw, I mean, a long ball would be an impolite way to put it, as that thing is in orbit around Mars right now. It's 7-0 heading to the bottom of the inning. Here is Crew Hart to lead things off for the Retrievers.
Inside.
Right to the glove of Henry. He'll step on the bag for the first out. But what have you been seeing from Tamayo here in the first 3 innings of action from him?
It's been the good Tamayo. Only 1 walk so far, 2 base hits. Like, he's been under control. Hasn't really ever gotten in trouble. It's probably the best start the Skulls have had in this series, honestly.
Right.
It's nice when you have a 7-run cushion as well, though.
Right to Botley, throw to first in time, brings up the former Bomber Judd French, and he'll just do a repeat at Freaky Friday, right back to back. We'll go to the top of the 5th inning, 7-0. Skulls out, hitting the Retrievers 11-2.
And the Retriever offense, again, just staying flat as they've been the entire series.
Ball high.
Well, now that we're here deep into Game 4 with the Skulls leading, one of the talking points from this past season was that the Epic had some of the most stacked teams in the league with the ball players, the Skulls, as Hewitt throws a Betancourt for out number 1. And then Heroic, obviously the Retrievers are able to have a hot start and then come through. Is this an indicament of the different power levels of the Epic and Heroic right now, or is this just a very built Skulls team?
I just think this is a very built Skulls team that got hot at the right time. I mean, I think the Heroic is maybe just a tiny bit behind offensively than the Epic, but I mean, they're still really good teams. I mean, this team just swept the Heroic, and I mean, that has Lumberjacks and Moonshots, and
Inside.
those are all really good teams.
Nope. That's
I still would say that the Epic is probably a little more top heavy than the Heroic.
take your base.
As Brock Hill earns a walk, that hot take coming from A Square, manager of the Singers, so he has been a victim of the top heavy. And that'll do it for Peach Dropkin. Only 3 innings of worth, and in comes Nettle Bracketeer.
Inside. Nope. No.
Kip Shaw, he's a little locked in right now, and he gets rung up. Nettle Bracketeer says, "I'll take that." 2 outs now, and here's Denver Brainstorm. Well, guys, Nettle Bracketeer doing what Peach Dropkin couldn't and getting Kip Shaw out. This one into center. Max Swingins will come in, and that is caught on the run by Swingins. Nice grab by Hamill into the bottom of the 5th inning. Still a 7-run deficit here in Game 4.
Now batting, the third baseman, number
On deck,
44.
facing a locked-in Vail Tamayo. Pitch count still under 50.
Nope. Inside.
This one into center, and that'll be a leadoff single. On deck gets on. That brings up Max Swingins, 1 for 1 with a single so far today.
Number 20.
Off the plate. Steve. Strike.
Swing and a miss there. 1-2 count to Swingins. And he pops this right to the glove of Morgoon for out number 1.
Now batting,
Brings up Vera Hewitt 0 for 1 today.
number 2.
Right up the middle, Botley, second in time, first in time. The 4-6-3 Dragon Special, and we're heading to the top of the 6th inning.
We're going to have to go back at some point and count how many Dragon Specials the Retrievers have hit into over this series. It's got to be at 7 right now, I think.
Well, this is a good time as any then to plug the YouTube channel. Official SSBL on YouTube, where we're putting up all the VODs. Most likely looking to have all the VODs from this season uploaded there if we can get them. It's Kyle Henry into left, and he'll have a Bomber Special to get on. The Day 1 Super Series is uploaded there, so if anyone wants to take a look, they can go look at it now. And make sure you're subscribed.
Nope.
Henry gets on. Here's Rick Maniac 0 for 3.
Ball high.
3-1
6th straight
count.
inning now that the Skulls have had a runner on.
4, take your base.
And there's another one.
Now batting,
And now a locked in Wiley Intense. He's got 3 singles. He's locked in. And he's got runners on first and second with nobody out.
Ball high. Steve. That's foul. That's down.
Full count.
Foul ball.
Fouled off. We'll do it again. This one popped into left center, and that one's getting it down. Another bomber special, and boys, the bases are loaded for Randy
The
Raskeller.
third baseman, number 14.
This one fouled off deep to left. Infield playing in for the Retrievers. This one fouled off to the left side again. This one should get out. 1-2 count. Popped up.
Oh my.
Hewitt makes the grab, and they don't get burned for the infield.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 78.
Brings up the former Dragon to Dinklage Morgoon 0 for 3 today. Bases loaded, 1 out. Top of the order coming up for the Skulls. One, two, gets Crewhart! What a grab! But not in time! Morgoon too fast, and it's 8-0 with Botley due up. And that'll do it for Bracketeer. And here it's Chicken Hot Dartboard coming in for the Retrievers. Oh, a wonderful grab by Wandek for the second out. And we're seeing the speed of the Skulls, but we're also seeing the glove of Wandek.
29 Fielding just made that play.
And Kuhart makes the grab there, so a bases loaded situation. Skulls only get 1. And to the bottom of the 6th inning, Carp top of the order, due up for the Retrievers.
Catcher, number 35.
How badly has the speed for the Skulls wrecked with the Retrievers game plan here?
I mean, the speed of the Skulls and then the lack thereof from the Retrievers has been like the Retrievers' nightmare. Like, it's blended to a perfect storm. Like, how many bloop hits have we seen from the Skulls that the Retrievers' defense just can't quite get to in time? How many infield base hits have the Skulls been able to get because, you know, the throw gets there half a step late? I mean, we've seen 2 in this game.
Popped up, left field, caught by Wally Intense for out number 2.
The designated hitter, number 29.
Retrievers making it to the Super Series after last season going 5-9 in the regular season, missing out on postseason. This season, a huge turnaround under new manager Puppet as he gets rung up there. And to the top of the 7th inning as they're able to sweep through the heroic. And then the Skulls, a little bit of an interesting story as they were able to start out hot. They started last season with a 7-3 record, lost out, ended up not even making postseason.
That's
So-
interesting. Both teams completely missing last season. I forgot about that part.
Of course, the Skulls division last year between the Cyclones, the Ball Players, and the Serpents, all potentially battling to be their division winner. And then there was a huge playoff to see who would make in, as 3 of the teams would advance on, 1 team would miss out.
The first
Skulls were that team.
baseman, number 20.
They have a 2-1 series lead here, an 8-0 lead here in the top of the 7th inning. Into the right side, that one just gets down fair, right on the hair of the chinny chin chin. That'll be a double.
I feel like I'm having like a deja vu flashback in the Super Series. The Skulls are doing exactly what the Lumberjacks did to me last season. Just you finally get some decent play, but then, you know, you get blooped to death. You have balls fall exactly on the line, and it's just sometimes you can't beat perfection when balls are hit perfectly where you can't get to them and hitting the utmost edge of the foul line. Like, you can't defend that, and you know, it's just sometimes hard luck that really kind of kills you in this game.
Caught by Betancourt to end the inning. 7th inning stretch heading to the bottom of the 7th. 5 sack on the call, joined by A Squared and Whitney here in day 2 of Super Series action. Skulls have a 2-1 lead, looking to win their first Super Series as he gets rung up there.
Whitney, to your point, I want to say though, the Skulls have played a near perfect series so far.
Yeah, the Skulls have played a
blunders.
good. Yeah.
A couple blunders, but a near perfect series, and the Retrievers' offense has been almost non-existent the entire series from what we saw when they swept Heroic. And I mean, this might be a hot take, but I think the Lumberjacks, I think the Bombers were a little more competitive. At least you took them to 6. It was a little bit more competitive.
No, we only won 1 game.
Oh, well then. But still, I think it was a little more competitive. It wasn't blowouts. It wasn't total domination by the Skulls or by the Lumberjacks.
4-pitch walk here to Judd French. As the Retrievers are listening to Square and liking to say, maybe we can get a couple runs to make it not as much as a blowout. On deck.
So, the first night of last season was 8-5 Lumberjacks, 8-0 Lumberjacks, then 7-8 Bombers, and that last one went like 13 innings, I think, or something.
Swing and a miss. He gets rung up there right into the top of the 8th inning. 8-0 Skulls.
Also, you're wrecked by injuries as well, I think.
Now batting the left fielder, number 8.
Wily Intense. Locked in. 4 for 4, 4 singles.
But the Skulls near perfect play so far, especially in this game. It's been damn near perfect in this game.
Yeah, Tamayo has been every bit of what Peach Dropkin was last game. He's been unhittable just about.
Like, realistically, the pitching of the Skulls is realistically the big X factor for them. Like, they've been absolutely dominant, and you could talk about the offense and Kip Shaw and them, scoring at will, but it's really just been, for me, it's been the pitching on what they've had to do. And also, we've only seen Dante Smalls 1 time.
And it's kind of surprising because I know we talked about it the other day. Like, we were asking if the Skulls pitching was a tier up from what the Retrievers saw on the Heroic side of the bracket, and I wouldn't say it's necessarily like night and day difference. I mean, like I was saying, like Lumberjacks have great pitching in Cecil B. Heimerdinger. Lucio Ball was great in the pin when he made that move. Jefferson Steel Flex, and then I forget who they faced against the Moonshots. Like very good, and probably Belford or Bonatello.
Number 21.
And it's just like, I mean, probably the worst pitching they faced was against the Knights.
I wouldn't say no, it's not a tier up what they've seen like night and day, but I do think the Skulls starting pitching is probably the best they've seen, because it's really hard to beat Hot Mike, Tom Blow, and Lucy or Fellows. It's kind of hard to beat those 3.
Off of the glove of Carpenter will advance his second full count, 2 outs with Bemaman Botley due up here. Into the left side, Botley his 6th at bat.
Jeez.
And he gets rung up there. Heading to the bottom of the 8th inning, Retrievers down by 8. Swinging Hewitt Carp due up for the Retrievers.
Now batting the center fielder, number 20.
Max Swingins into left, right to the glove of Wiley Intense for out number 1. Brings up Vera Hewitt 0 for 2. Tamayo's on fire.
Wow.
Cruising, absolutely cruising.
Only 5 base runners through 7 1/3.
Right to Henry. He'll step on the bag for out number 2.
And Wade, yeah, you're not wrong. It's not night and day, but I truly believe this is the best pitching the Retrievers have seen. But it's not like, oh, well, they have been facing garbage pitching the entire time. No, not at all. But in terms of just quality, like Tamayo, another team, he could be a 2 or a 3 or even a 2 on some other teams.
That one
Probably more
drops
of a
in front of the fielder there
Yeah,
for a single.
I'd probably say 3.
And this one caught by Botley for out number 3. We're heading to the 9th inning. Danger time. As the heart of the order due up for the Skulls. 8-0 lead, 17 hits for the Skulls here in Game 4.
And you know, if the score holds, it's going to be very, very tough for the Retrievers to win 3 against this Skulls team with the way they're playing. What do you think, Whitney?
Yes, it'll be hard, but I mean, they've got Bodan and they got Dina Gregory. Bodan didn't have the greatest of starts, but it was his defense that let him down largely in that first game. Dina Gregory had a great game too, just was on the hard inside of that one. So they have the ability to pull it off.
No,
like
they do.
They can.
They do, but it's just it's tough against.
I
what
mean,
this
yeah,
is
like
doing.
you have absolutely no margin for error anymore.
The designated hitter, number
Well, ball
6.
right up the line, gets past the glove of Betancourt to put a base runner on, and then Kip Shaw hits into a fielder's choice. So runner on first, 1 out with Denver Brainstorm up. That one off the glove of Carp. Runner will easily take second because that runner's name is Kip Shaw.
Tough night for Carp. Tough day for Carp behind the plate today.
Chicken Hot Dartboard is locked in, and that one just past the glove of Betancourt. Runner was holding at second because didn't know if that was going to be caught or not. So runners on the corners, 1 out, and here is Carl Henry. And that will do it for Chicken Hot Dartboard, and the last arm in the bullpen, Sam Flowers, comes in. And this one is jacked. It's heading deep at the track, at the wall. It's out of here. A 3-run bomb, and the Skulls have hit double digits.
Now batting, the catcher, number 23.
Just the Skulls absolutely putting their dominance on display in Game 4. What an answer!
The first pitch from Sam Flowers gets jacked by Henry. Swing and a miss. She rang up Maniac there.
Now batting,
2 outs now, and here is Wiley Intense.
number 8.
Inside.
Into center, and that will get down safely for a single. Max Swingers is there to recover. So, guys, this game is not over. The Retrievers still have 3 offensive outs.
Number 14.
But what do the Retrievers need to do better in Game 5 to keep this series going? As this one is jacked into right center, heading to the track at the wall, and hits off of the back of the wall. A runner will score. It'll be a base-clearing triple, as it's now 12-0 Skulls.
They have to have more patience at the plate and like draw walks, pull up the count. I mean, Tamayo is still going to come out here most likely and be at like mid 70s, 80 pitches. Like he hasn't had to work at all really. Like I think he has 1 or 2 walks on the day. Like it's just been the Retrievers haven't showed much patience at all. Okay, he's at 90, but still only 2 walks. Like he's basically sleptwalked through this game.
Well, we're getting some insight into the Retrievers clubhouse as Puppet is going to tell his players to probably try hitting the ball, but like not to guys in purple. We'll see if that works out for them. As there's a single here, a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 9th. Brings
Tough
up
for
Crew
Richie
Hart.
there.
Number 9.
Tamayo locked in, and about to throw his 93rd pitch. If he gets out here, he'll be the first pitcher this Super Series to go all the way. And considering the way that Super Mega Baseball 2 was, might be the first pitcher in Super Series history to go all the way.
Yeah, I was about to say he might be one of the few that have like gone all the way.
On the right side, top by Connor for out number 1. In Super Mega Baseball 2, starting pitchers tended to peter out around 70, 80 pitches. Super Mega Baseball 3 has seen pitchers head towards 100, and we've seen a couple pitchers so far this season go all the way in the regular season. Woody Walker 0 for 3. He's a bat the Retrievers will need to get hot next game. 2-2 count, 1 out, runner on first. Full count now, bottom of the 9th. Retrievers looking to get something on the board. This one is tracking back at the track, at the wall, and off of the top of the wall. Oh, Iron Balls nearly had himself the 2-run shot, but the Retrievers are on the board.
Now batting, the right. Now pitching, number
And Tamayo is done. Bubba McClay will come in for the Skulls. A fantastic outing from Tamayo.
Actually good decision. You know, I thought the AI, they're gonna bring in Smalls for 2 outs. No, McClay, okay, that's fine. That's actually realistic. 11 run lead.
Judd French 0 for 2 with a walk with a runner on second. Swing and a miss. He gets right up there, and the Skulls are 1 out away from Super Series 3-1 lead.
Off the plate.
We knew we were going to be playing at least 2 games. And
Well, I
with-
saw a dude win a full game in game 4 or game 4 of this game 5 of the game 4 of the Super Series last year.
Really? In Super Mega Baseball too?
He went 9 full innings, only gave up 3 hits, no walks, no earned, 4 Ks.
So Tamayo would not have been the only Super Series pitcher to go all the way.
Cecil B won a full game in game 5 as well. Gina Stance won a full game in game 2. I mean, I got destroyed in that Super Series. People forget.
Popped up to the left side. Intense is there. And the Skulls put an exclamation point on this game. And they're 1 away from Super Series glory. Any final thoughts on this one, boys, as the Skulls had 22 hits for the Retrievers 6.
Short-term memory loss for the Retrievers. Got to move on.
A damn perfect game for the Skulls of Rock. That's probably one of the most perfect games I've seen as a team being played in the SSBL. Everything was working for them. Most everyone had multi-hit games to save a couple players, and Tamayo was cruising, everything was working, and just absolute domination.
Hickman goes 1.1 innings, gets the loss. Tamayo with an 8.1 outing gets the win. Your stars of the game, Carl Henry gets the number 1, Kip Shaw number 2, and Tamayo gets the number 3. Well, when we come back, we'll have Game 5 action right back here at Sakura Puppet. If you want to send me any changes you want to make to your lineup, I don't think Josh is watching, but don't think he would make any changes. But if you have any, send them to me. But before we go, check out the Relocation Football League, a simulation football league taking place in Madden. They're in Season 6 right now. Here's a word from them. Welcome back. We're heading into Game 5 here in the Super Series. Skulls have a 3-1 lead. Puppet, if you have any changes, go ahead and send them to me now because we're about to get started here in a minute. But let's see, what are we looking for here in Game 5, guys?
Bodan just has to be perfect. Got to make up for that first start in game 1 of the series. Hopefully his defense can help him out some. That's honestly been one of the bigger problems for the Retrievers in this series. The defense behind the pitcher has not been up to snuff, and it's led to a lot of mistakes on the bases that the Skulls have been able to cash in throughout the series.
Yeah, the Retrievers just need a complete 180 for just what we've seen, especially from last game. Just build anything to go on. Just it's gonna be an uphill climb from here. You gotta win 3 straight. No, very little room for error, and we'll see what goes on in Game 5.
Well, we're momentarily away from Game 5 here. Trying to see if there are going to be any changes to the lineup. If not, we'll head right into it. Back to the number 1 starters. What are we looking for in this Bodan versus Hot Mike matchup? The number 1 aces for both sides.
I mean, I feel Bodan is the better pitcher. I think probably statistically and just performance-wise. He did give up I think the stat line will say he gave up a lot more than he actually did because of the errors that happened behind him. Did give up a grand slam in the game, but just a chance to make up for that. Gotta be under control. Had some issues with walks, I think, in that first game. And to be honest, it wasn't Bruce Hot Mike's best outing either. He kind of struggled. I think he only went about 5, maybe a bit into the 6th inning. But it's a chance to it's do or die for the Retrievers, and then a chance for Hot Mike to get the win, the title for the Skulls.
Yeah, Hot Mike won the first matchup pretty convincingly, and I expect Bodan to have a much better start and put the Retrievers in the spot to take a Game 5 win and head back to Bingata.
Well, before they get to Bingata, they gotta win at home. We're heading back to Sakura for Game 5. Vote in the poll who you think will win. We've got 6 votes for the Skulls, 1 for the Retrievers right now. You can vote extra with channel points as well as with bits if you want to send those our way. Same lineup for both squads. And Bodan will kick things off on the mound here in Game 5. The Skulls, 1 win away from Super Series glory. The Retrievers looking to force a Game 6, and we are underway. And an amazing catch by Crewheart to start things off. And hopefully, it's not going to be an omen for the Retrievers.
Yeah, that needs to be the tone setter defensively for the Retrievers.
Well, I got a message from Puppet saying no changes, so I'm glad we got through, and he gets rung up there. A quick, amazing catching, diving out, and then Bodan strikeout. We're already 2 gone here. Brings up Kip Shaw. Into center, and that will get down for a single. Max Means there to shoot. Well, I kind of need to be unbiased as the play-by-play, but if there's one thing I'm looking for this game, I'm looking for a Retrievers home run. So that way we can play the gosh dang home run song at least once today. As far as going to take out for a second, it's Kip Shaw, and he's going to be safely in a second. Max Means will cover there.
So Whitney, I'm gonna let you take this, but since he's your former player, but what happened to Curran Carp behind the plate the last couple of games?
Yeah, he's struggled this series. He's had quite a few pass balls. I don't know what I think I had mentioned it late in the stream on Tuesday. I think the Retrievers are finding themselves on the regression to the mean side of things. Kerwin Carp had been great, been throwing out everyone, even threw out Brock Yellow, I think it was last game, or Benjamin Botley. But definitely struggling with giving free advances to Skulls runners, just not snagging some of these pitches. And it's really bizarre. I mean, he's got the stats for it. Let's see. Kerwin Karp. I want to say he's probably about 70 behind the plate or something.
Well, hot Mike Shaky start here, gives up 2 base runners, single and a walk, and here comes the amazing catching dive of Crew Hart.
Yeah, Kerwin Karp 74, 73, just kind of some bad days. Ooh, Botley.
That one gets right past his diving glove, and now all of a sudden here in the bottom of the first inning, bases are loaded, no outs, and here comes old Iron Balls, Woody
remember-
Walker.
Benjamin Botley made that play, I think, in either game 1 or game 2 when the Retrievers had runners in scoring position. Oh, is that going to
This
get
one
down?
out to the right, just
Oh.
foul. Popped up behind the plate. It'll be a 1-2 count.
This is the start the Retrievers have needed for about 3 games now.
2-2. Swings at a curveball, puts it in play. This one is jacked. It's heading deep at the track and caught by Kipshaw at the track. Runners will tag at second and third, and it's going to be 1-0 Retrievers with runners on the corners.
Hey, a lead is a lead. It wasn't a double play.
Right fielder, number 41.
Judd French. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Pops this one into right field. We'll see if the runner tags. It is Brock Yellow. Runner thought about tagging and then realized who caught it.
Need to be
Not-
another
not deep
20.
enough.
Need to be about another 20 feet deeper, I think, or 20, feet.
On deck now. Runners on first and third. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Retrievers have a 1-0 lead here in game 5.
Skulls of Rock probably have one of the better outfields in terms of speed and arm.
Well, this one is jacked. It's aimed deep to the track and dies right at the wall. It's going to be at least 2-0. Runner's going to come home. Morgoon to throw home. Not in time. And it's 3-0 Retrievers on the on deck. 2 RBI double.
This is the offense I've been waiting for all series from the Retrievers.
That was a
Timely.
missile.
Timely hits, clutch situations, bases loaded. Remember, they in game 1 and a couple times in game 2, they had trouble with bases loaded. They had the lumberjack syndrome, and converting here is massive.
Well, we're going to go ahead and we're going to try something new as we're into the second inning. Will there be a stolen base in the second or third inning? You can vote yes, and you can vote no, and this will be our predictions as this one is into left. It'll be caught by Woody Walker for out number 1. We'll only have 2 minutes for you to try and vote for it. Will there be a stolen base in the second or third inning? Rick Maniac, 2-0. Hewitt, throw to first in time for out number 2.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 8.
Wily Intense. Swing and a miss. He gets rung up there. And the Retrievers are going to be right back at it here in the bottom of the second. Hewitt, Carr, Betancourt due up for the home side.
Now batting,
Odan making a few batters there look kind of foolish. Had them swinging all over the place.
Up the middle, and this one will get down safely for a single. So we touched on this a little bit last game, and we touched on it on Tuesday as well. But the 2 studs in each bullpen, we got Peach Dropkin, we got Dante Smalls, and we've seen Dante Smalls one time, and it was in the Game 3 loss.
Mm-hmm.
So what do y'all make of that?
Haven't needed him. Haven't needed him.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's really that. I mean, it is interesting that the one time they did need him, he choked it. I mean, the recent history from Dante Smalls has not been good. And the back half of that Wildcat series to the one time we've seen him in this series, man, if he comes into tight situations, it's going to be a panic time for the Skulls.
Runners on first and second here, nobody out. Top of the order due up for the Retrievers. Betancourt's already got a single.
A completely different hot mic from game 1 so far.
I mean, I think he had given up is 6. Okay, I think he gave up like 7 or 8 the whole game. So yeah, he's definitely struggling here. Base runners, I should say.
Well, I touched on this in game 1.
Ooh.
I think the Retrievers are putting the Skulls, they're getting them uncomfortable because the Skulls, for the most part this series, have been relatively comfortable in playing their game. And I think here with the Retrievers scoring, as that ball gets away.
Maniac will throw to third, but not in time. Runners on second, third, 1 out for Richie.
As them scoring 3 in the first inning, no less, have been putting the Skulls in an uncomfortable spot.
And Hot Mike already at 41 pitches. That gets you in the bullpen real quick, potentially.
Full count, 1 out. This one is into right. It will drop down. Another run will score. Runner will hold on third. Runners on the corners. It's now a 4-0 Retrievers lead.
Smart to stay at third. You're hitting him. Don't try and be in hero and get caught at home, especially with no speed. I guess that's Carp.
We saw the last time when Carp was trying to be a hero.
Into left. Wiley takes the catch. Runner's going to come home.
Uh-oh,
The throw is deep.
uh-oh.
Is it in time? It is!
Oh no, Carp! What are you doing?
I kind of figured, I was like, if Carp goes, he's getting gunned.
Oh my God!
Puppet, that doesn't count as a stolen base because that was a pass ball or a wild pitch. You don't give a stolen base on the pass ball or wild pitch.
Wily Intense. And it's not like Wily Intense is known for his defense either. Wily Intense just threw out Kerwin Carp with 56 arm from middle left field.
Whatchamacallit?
Number 78.
You ready here?
Dinklage Morgoon popped up onto the left side. Caught by one deck for out number 2. Brings up Benjamin Botley.
Number 21.
Fouled off on the left side. 0-2 count to the top of the Skulls order here in the top of the third inning. Bodan locked in. This one left side. Crew Hart throw to first in time. We're out number 3. 1-2-3. Skulls down. We're heading to the bottom of the third inning. Walker, French, Deck, due up.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 4.
Woody Walker, left side. Morgoon throw to first in time for out number 1.
Now batting,
See if the Retrievers can keep on putting pressure on Hot Mike and keeping that pitch count high. Don't let him back into this game here.
Right back to Morgoon, right back to Henry. 2 outs now, and here is Juan Deck.
third baseman, number 44.
Juan Deck got the nod for third base in game 4 and is still here in game 5. 0-2 count. Swing and a miss. He gets run up there. We'll head to the top of the 4th inning. The Murder Row due up for the Skulls.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 3.
Well, so far, Whitney, we're seeing a very different Retrievers team. They have a lot of confidence right now.
Yeah, this is complete opposite of what we've seen all series from both teams. The Retrievers looking very polished, very sharp on defense and converting on offense, and Skulls are kind of chasing just about everything Bodan throws out there.
Popped up behind the plate. 0-2 count now to Kipshaw. 1 out. Swing and a miss. He gets rung up on a ball that was 5 miles on the panhandle.
Number 6.
Denver Brainstorm. He's been a focal point for this Skull squad so far this postseason. Facing a full count, 2 outs, locked in. Bodan chases a curve. We'll do it again. Right back to Bodan. The throw to first in time, and Murder's Row goes down. 1, 2, 3, and Denver Brainstorm is injured.
Now batting, the
Denver Brainstorm
fielder, number
has a pulled hammy. How long is that out for, Whit?
I'm finding.
This one's into center, leadoff single for the Retrievers.
So that's 2 games, but he hasn't gotten pulled.
the second
Let's
baseman,
remember that because
number
that took effect for Woody Walker. I think that was the same injury. So we need to pay attention, and because he's only the DH, that helps him a lot. So he might probably stay into the game. Oh,
Runner
and there's the
advances
stolen
to
base.
second. And there's a stolen base. There was a stolen base,
Just got in there
but
too. I
it's
thought
in
they
the
might have nabbed
4th
her.
inning though, because we were only doing second
Oh,
and
second
third.
and third. Oh.
So there was not a stolen base in the 2nd or 3rd innings, as that's going to be another walk.
now
I wouldn't be
batting,
surprised that's it.
the
This is going to be it
catcher,
for Hot Mike.
Number 35.
So Whitney, if regardless of, so what is the situation if he does get pulled? What's the situation if he doesn't?
So
get pulled?
if he gets pulled, it would just be 1 game on the bench. Oh, that was a good snag.
Dragon special, as right now Hot Mike is struggling.
So he would be benched, but he wouldn't have to leave the roster. If he gets pulled, he has to leave the roster for 2 games. And we'd have to contact Josh.
I'm contacting him now.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, potentially, we might not even have another game if the Skulls come out at comeback. But if we do have another game, it depends on if he gets pulled or not. We have a lot of variables flowing right now.
Baseman, number 20.
All right, send him a message, so he should receive that, as that's right to Kuhart for out number 1.
Now batting, the catcher, number 23.
A huge injury to the Skulls, one of their best bats. Caught for out number 2, brings up Wiley Intense.
Number 8.
This one is jacked into center. And that'll be caught by Swingins for out number 3. 1, 2, 3, go the Skulls. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Retrievers up 4-0. Well, this certainly adds a little bit of spice to this series. The Retrievers hold on here. It's suddenly a 3-2 game. And all of a sudden, if he's pulled, they're without Denver Brainstorm for the rest of this Super Series.
Wow.
If he isn't pulled, as this one is jacked,
Oh,
it's
my
NAB
word.
to the track at the
Off the
wall.
rock.
He's out of here, and the Retrievers are finding the runs that they've been looking for all series.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 9.
So waiting on Josh to respond. We'll see if he's able to get to it. That one gets through the middle, and Kuhart is now aboard.
Now batting, the left. Now pitching.
And that will do it for Hot Mike. Only 4 innings of action. Hugo will come in. Again, not Dante Smalls, but he is the long reliever. So this'll be an interesting prediction. Well, I'm gonna do this. Will Denver Brainstorm be pulled? And he gets rung up there.
Now batting,
That'll bring up Judge French.
fielder, number 41.
You only have 1 minute to do this prediction. Will Denver Brainstorm be pulled? 1-2 count to Judd French. This one is jacked into center. It's got plenty of height. It's at the wall and caught by Kip Shaw at the wall. That ball was very nearly the 7-0 ball.
Number 44.
There's Puppet. He thinks that Denver Brainstorm will really pull as that one will get past Maniac. Runner advances to second in time, and the Skulls are starting to implode here. I don't know if Squared is back, but he's gonna have a lot to be caught up on once he gets back.
He's here. Yeah,
He's here? Is he talking?
Yeah.
Oh, well then I'll go ahead and unmute him. And that one, he gets caught in the rundown. The throw to third, and nearly not in time, but Kuhar gets caught on the base pass. Sorry, I was waiting to see when he would get back Squared.
Now batting.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know I didn't mute myself at first.
14.
Randy Raskeller now. So let's get what you're thinking of with the Denver Brainstorm injury and a 5-0 Retrievers lead now.
Completely different team. The Retrievers they're a completely different team so far. They're the team that
The shortstop.
were sweeping the heroic. Pretty much, Bodan has pitched magnificently so far, and the Brainstorm injury we'll have to see, but that could be a series
Second baseman.
turning point
Number 21.
depending on how long he's going to be out and if he stays in the game or not.
On fire. Okay.
This one into left and off of the
Oh,
glove
no.
on deck. He jumped about 15 feet into the air and just wasn't able to pull it down. That'll bring up Brock Yellow. 2 outs. Bodan still locked in. About to throw his 58th pitch of the game.
I hate that loses his on fire. It's not his fault.
60th pitch. This one is jacked into center, and that'll be extra bases. Max Williams is there. Runner will round third. It'll head home, and the runner will score. So it's a 5-1 game now. Skulls back on the board.
Number 32.
See, another. I put that on more on Juan Deck than anyone else. Bodan kind of suffers because of his defense. Luckily, it's mitigated to only 1, but.
Well, Juan Deck is the reason why the runner scores, but also the reason why they get out of the inning. Just 1 scores, and we're heading now to the bottom of the inning. Max Swingins, bottom of the order, due up for the Retrievers. So we'll have to wait and see. So if the Retrievers hold on here, we'll be heading to a Game 6. This has popped up. Got by runner for out number 1. We'll need to get in contact with Josh to see what moves he's making. So potentially expect a little bit of a delay heading into Game 6 should the Retrievers hold on here. If the Skulls manage to come back, well, you won't have to wait for anything as they'll have won the Super Series. But that's where we're at right now. As that one is caught by Rick Maniac.
Oh, wow. I thought that hit the fence.
That somehow gets into the glove. 2 outs now, and here is Kerwin Karp. And we'll find out in the top of the inning if Brainstorm will be out. He is due up for the Skulls. Again, he's a designated hitter, so didn't have to be pulled yet. As Karp continues his all-star season, gets that one through on the right side. Full count, 2-out clutch hit.
He's been good with the bat the last couple of games, but behind the plate has been rough.
Velma Betancourt 1 for 3 with a single. Runner on first, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Retrievers have a 5-1 lead here in Game 5. Winner go home situation for the Retrievers. This one right back to Henry. He'll step on the bag for the 3rd out. So here we go. Top of the 7th inning. Brainstorm is due up. Will he get the call?
I highly doubt he'll get pulled.
The designated hitter,
He's weak, and he's staying
fine.
in.
Just one game.
Denver Brainstorm will stay in.
Because even at full strength, I don't know who the Skulls have on their bench right now. That would honestly be better full strength than he is right now at weak batting wise. Because it's Mary Khan, who's 29.52.
Max Mulberry isn't terrible.
Sample Moore at 41.67.
now batting,
And then what you said, Max Mulberry, 49.58.
number 80.
And
Oh,
now-
there he goes.
But
Pinch
now
running.
Brainstorm is pulled, so what's the ruling there?
So it's now 2 games. He needs to be off the roster if the Retrievers win this game.
Was Woody Walker later subbed off in that heroic series?
No.
No, he never was. He stayed in the full game.
So Denver Brainstorm is off of the roster for games 6 and 7.
23.
He is just a designated hitter, so we'll just be a hitter that comes on, but we'll still need to wait for Josh to let us know if the Retrievers hold on here. And that one gets through
But
the middle, but the
it's
Skulls are
getting
looking
dicey.
to force it here. Runner thought about going, held up, and now the bases are loaded with nobody out. And here is Wiley Intense.
Third time around's been rough on Dan.
Still locked in, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk given up by Bodan. This one jacked into left, and it's gonna be at least a 5-2. Runner will hold all the bases. Bases are still loaded. Nobody is still out, and the Skulls are mounting a comeback right now here in the top of the 7th inning. Carl Henry is getting
Oh my.
swapped
I don't agree with
for
this.
a pinch base runner, and this
Oh.
one is jacked by Wiley Intense.
Oh, I think it's gonna stay in. Yeah.
Caught
That was
by Judd
Randy.
French. Runners will tag. It's going to be 5-3 with 1 out. What do you guys think about that pinch running swap?
I don't agree
I don't
with
like
that.
it.
78.
You took out one of your better hitters, and also since
Oh,
And
but the
here's the-
runs with a score.
and here's the speed making a difference for the Skulls.
Attempted Dragon Special. That's not on one deck. That's someone named Dinklage Morgoon who's too fast. So runner on first. It's all of a sudden in the span of 1 inning, a 1-run game. One deck. Throw to first. In time, the inning ends. We are in the 7th inning stretch. Fisac on the call, joined by Whitney and A Squared here tonight. Game 5 of the Super Series. Skulls lead 3-1. Khan is catching. Maniac is at first. So Maniac
Whoa.
moves from behind the plate. What's that like? We'll see here on the fielding.
Good arm. Fielding is, let's see. where
Suspect.
is- it's actually a boost both ways. Khan has better fielding. Oh, but Khan is secondary catcher though, so it takes a bit of a hit. She's not primary catcher. She's primary right field.
Wigan, Lasers is just asking a question. You don't have to be snarky.
Wigan being snarky? No.
Crewhart, Raskeller, throw to first in time for out number 2. And here is Woody Walker. He has been silent for a majority of this series. 0 for 2 right now.
Does both fielding and arm get impacted when it's secondary catcher? I think
Not fielding, not arm, I don't think.
He
Not arm?
gets run up
I don't
there.
think
Iron
arm.
Balls goes down, heading to the top of the 8th inning. It's Murder Row with Mags Mulberry, special appearance, due up for the Skulls.
It's like murder pair at this point.
Rock Yellow. And a reminder that after Denver Brainstorm, Carl Henry is no longer in the game as well.
oh no.
Oh, you don't do that.
A 4-pitch walk from
It-
Bo
it
Dan
may-
to lead
it-
things off. And here
It may not
is
matter.
Kip
Kershaw can do it himself.
Shaw.
It might be peach time, but oh dear.
Runner will take off for a second. The throw. And it's in
Oh,
time.
Wow.
Brock Yellow gets gunned down by Kerwin Carp.
Second time tonight.
Kip Shaw,
be a huge
one swing
out.
away from tying this game, and also one swing away from putting it right in the glove of Crewhart. And here is Mags Mulberry, and if you're the Skulls, it might be worry time.
I wouldn't say that.
Just as I say that, Mags Mulberry single up the middle. I hate everything. I gotta ditch my announcer voice. I hate everything. That happened.
Expect it when you least expect it. Oh, Rasheed Batts.
And Bo
And
Dan
here's
getting
Peach
swapped for
Dropkin.
Peach Dropkin.
I think the Skulls have used all of their bench now.
No, I think they still have one more.
They do?
Yeah, because what? Only Mulberry, Mary Khan, and then now Rasheed Batts.
Oh, I guess they still have Colorado. No, West is down in the minors now.
Yes, he is.
Morgan is back.
On deck, throw to first in time for the third out. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Retrievers looking for some insurance run. French deck swinging's due up.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 40.
Maniac back.
Maniac back at catcher.
Maniac went from behind the plate to first and then went back to catcher.
I didn't know you could move back.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
can
sure
move
if
back.
I haven't seen that in the game, honestly. I didn't know the game knew you could do that.
Blazers, why would we tape this and pre-skip it with an injury and then not have Josh available to make a change? And this one is jacked by Wandek. Just foul. Full count. Down the left side. Catch by Raskeller. The throw to
Skelly.
first. In time. Randy Raskeller. Great throw to first. 2 outs now, and here is Max Wiggins.
Hugo has been great in relief. Has kept the Skulls in it.
You got to give some credit to the defense as well that's been keeping the Skulls in it.
Yeah, true.
Swing and a miss. Max Wiggins goes down swinging. We're heading to the top of the 9th inning, and the Retrievers are 3 outs away from a 3-2 series and bringing this to Bengata.
Hey, Whitney, after this game, do you want me to help me put up some missing posters for Dante Smalls or no?
Peach Dropkin. Maniac pops up. Crewheart is there. 1 gone. Wily Intense.
Number 8.
Skulls 1 swing away from a tie ball game. 2 outs away from being forced into game 6. Watch with us here as it's a 3-1 count, 1 out. And
Ooh, that was
just
close.
misses the outside corner. Intense
Great
will
pitch,
walk.
but
The third baseman,
great patience from Intense.
number 14.
And here is Raskeller, 1 swing away from a Skulls lead. 1 swing away from a game-ending Dragon special.
Wouldn't it be poetic if the former Bomber was the one to hit the game-winning home run?
Swing
Oh.
and a miss. That won't be happening because he gets rung up there. And they're down to their last out. Here is Jadinklage Morgoon, 0 for 3 today.
He had some heroics in that one game against the Wildcats, if you remember. But it was overdone by Richie.
And he nearly clears it, but it goes right to the glove of Woody Walker. And we have got ourselves a series. Retrievers take it 5-4, 10 hits to 7. Lots of hits as there were plenty of Skulls that came in. Bruce Hot Mike gets the loss after only 4 innings of appearance. Bodan gets the win. Pete Dropkin will get the save. Richie is your first out of the game. 1 deck, and then Ahe Hugo. Well, that'll do it here for game number 5. We're going to run a Sector 6 ad, and then we'll be in a little bit of a commercial break. We're going to figure out what we're going to do here. Don't go anywhere. You are watching the official SSBL right here on Twitch.
A vision of quality, a vision of uniformity. We took the time to create something familiar yet refreshing, something with a bit of change.
Designed to fit any brand's unique vision.
Welcome back, everyone. We're heading to game number 6. Skulls have a 3-2 series lead. Now, we were not able to reach Josh, so just to clarify for everyone, myself, Whitney, and Squared are all considered a part of League Office. So, Whitney, can you describe the process that we went through in full detail? That way, everyone knows in full transparency what was decided by the League Office.
Okay, so as we know, Denver Brainstorm went down with a pulled hammy, which is considered a tier 2 injury. And in the way we changed the injuries to reflect the postseason, since we're not able to take advantage of the week method, we go back to games. So that's 2 games missed. So he'll be out for the rest of the Super Series if it goes that long. So he is off the roster. And since we are not able to contact Josh, it is up to the league office, which we conjoined us 3 on the call right now. So we have called up Milo Dakota from the Goofy Goobers to replace Brainstorm on the active roster, and we have designated Rashid Batts as the new designated hitter for the Skulls. We felt that he was the best suited to fill in the designated hitter spot based on his stats.
And also to add an additional clarification, because the manager for the Skulls was not here, we did not alter the lineup for the Skulls. So although in a different world, maybe Rashid Batts is not batting number 4 for the Skulls, because we were not able to hear from the manager, we are putting him directly into the batting order, directly at number 4. So this is, I think this is the most objective thing that we could do. And also, if we're going to be completely honest, it's probably the easiest thing that we could do, because as we were talking about on the call, if you have to replace a left fielder, there's all sorts of position swaps that you could do with secondaries. So of all the things that could happen, this was by far the easiest to figure out. So with all of that in mind, we are heading into game 6. Let me get quick thoughts from Whitney, quick thoughts from you, Squared, as we're going to head directly into the game here.
It's going to be a tough climb for the Skulls of Rock now that one of their most important hitters is out of the lineup. But you still got Kipshaw, Yellow. The lineup is still great, and they're looking for Tumblr to repeat her performance from game 2.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
They need Gregory to repeat the game she had in game 2 and just keep the same offense they just had.
Well, we're going to start a new prediction. Who will score first? It's Tumblo on the mound for the Skulls. It's Gregory on the mound for the Retrievers. As I'm rushing to put this up before anything happens. Up the middle, right off the glove of Botley. Throw to first, not in time. We're going to do 2 minutes with a submission period. Who will score first? And then we'll do a new poll as well. Who will win game 6? So we are underway here. Full count popped up behind the plate. Gets foul. This one jacked into center, and it'll drop in front of Kip Shaw. Runners on first and second now.
Now batting the shortstop.
Now bring up Crew Hart. That will get past Rick Maniac. Runners are now at second and third with nobody out, and Crew Hart now has a chance to put the Retrievers up. 3-1 count here. Swing and a miss. Up the middle, Morgoon, throw to first in time, but the Retrievers will score. It's 1-0 here in game number 6.
That was fast.
Well, I mean, I gotta wait for the prediction to end, but It's a little bit too late to change it. As this one is jacked by Woody Walker. It'll get to the wall. And it's 2-0 Retrievers as Woody Walker, old Iron Balls, comes alive.
Good old Iron Balls.
Batting, the right fielder, number
Woody
41.
Walker, one of the players they really needed. The Retrievers really needed to get going, and he has been in these past 2 games.
Judd French, runner on second, 1 out. Retrievers put up 3 in the first inning of Game 5, and that really set the tone as Jess Tumbelow is tense right now.
That's pretty huge. Already 26 pitches here in the first inning. Could get to the bullpen fast. That's in the Retrievers' favor.
And that one doesn't even get caught there off of the backstop. And he gets rung up there.
Now
That's
batting,
a little bit high, but
designated hitter,
I think it was
number
just in the
44.
zone. Got to protect the plate there, French.
2-2 count to Wandek. Behind the plate. And that will do it. We're heading to the bottom of the first inning. Retrievers strike early. So what's the dynamic here? The Skulls still have a 1-game series lead, but all of a sudden that's not looking, frankly, as stable as it once was.
I mean, the Skulls can't panic too much. I mean, they are down one of their better players, but they still have a very talented roster in an early hole. But, you know, if they keep on playing good baseball like they have for the majority of this series, they can be fine. It's just they can't panic. Oh, that's under. Uh-oh. Wait a
That
minute. Is
one
that?
gets under the glove of Wandek, and now runner is
Uh-oh.
on first.
That's Richie. That's Richie.
Now batting, the right
Oh.
fielder.
Okay,
Uh,
pause. Puppet, do you want to continue this game? You have a 2-0 lead. It is completely up to you.
Go ahead and put it on the scoreboard for right now.
Tied up in the brainstorm injury, we forgot about Richie. Let me think a sec.
So, for clarification, Puppet made the change from Richie to Wandek to switch them position-wise. And that had not been burnt into the system. And so, in all of the hullabaloo of the Denver Brainstorm saga, I'll be honest, I forgot to make the change to make it so that he was a third baseman. All right, the decision is to stay. Are you sure, Puppet?
Yes, before he changes his mind, go.
All right, we're gonna resume. We'll go back on the game here. So now here's where the bias is gonna show, because I'm gonna want the Retrievers to win this one now, just to make sure that my goof didn't cost them. But Bubba did decide for them to stay, so we are going to continue on with this game no matter what happens.
Now batting, the center fielder.
Kipshaw,
number 33.
runner on first, 1 out.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, it's like 9 difference, I think. So
Runner takes
I
out for a
don't think
second,
it-
throws in the dirt, and that one's gonna be safe.
first one of those he's missed tonight.
And that one is going to drop down, and the Skulls are on the board, 2-1.
Bloops have been the Skulls' friend all series.
The designated hitter, number
Watch Rashid bats go off.
He is outside pitch, and he swings to the first one he sees.
It was an outside pitch.
And Walker is there to make the catch for out number 2.
Now batting, the first
I'll bring up Carl Henry. Dina Gregory already tense. Right to Hart, the throw to first in time for the third out. Skulls get one right into the top of the second inning. Swinging Hewitt Carp due up.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 20.
Well, games 1 and 2 were pretty decisively for the Skulls, as this one is tracking back to the wall, but we are in Bingata, so I'll be caught for out number 1.
The only place Bengata isn't, you can't say it's Bengata if it hits into the lines like that, because I believe what they're like 340, 350.
I don't remember off the top of my head. I still think it's plenty deep, but I do get what you're saying. It kind of cuts in.
Right to Morgoon, the throw to first in time for out number 2.
Now batting, the catcher, number 35.
And as we're heading here into the middle part of the second inning after that one gets through. Sorry, I had a complete brain fart. That one gets through. Kerwin Carp is on board. What I want to say is we're going to do another prediction.
The first baseman,
This one's going to be,
number 5.
who do you think will get pulled first? Will it be Tumblo or the Skulls? As that one will get through another single, back-to-back singles. Or will it be Gregory
Now batting, the
for the
Edmund Botley
Retrievers?
really regressing to the mean defensively. He had some good plays in the first couple of games and has really struggled the last couple.
Yeah, Botley kind of just throughout the season more just an average fielder.
Popped up. Tumbler will make the grab for out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the second inning. Maniac, Intense, Rascaler due up for the Skulls.
now batting, the catcher, number 23.
Rick Maniac has probably the only honor in SSBL history of being a catcher, a first baseman, and then a catcher in the same game. Swing and a miss. He gets swung out there as Gregory strikes him out
The left fielder, number 8.
and brings up Wiley Intense. This one pops into center. And there to make the catch is Swingins for out number 2.
Now batting, the third baseman, number
Brings up Randy Raskeller.
Complete bomber battery. Pitcher, catcher, hitter.
You love to see it. Full count, 2 outs, popped into right. And coming in, settling underneath it, and making the gab is another bomber, the full bomber battalion.
The
Gregory,
entire play was just all bombers.
Gregory with cart pitching hits the bat of Raskeller into the glove of Judd French. Something that would have been impossible last season. Top of the third inning now, Crew Hart up. Right side.
Now this is kind of reminiscent of the last time
fielder, number 4.
Tumbo pitched. She had a rough first inning, but eased her way back into it and is kind of doing the same here. Retrievers need to keep getting long counts, trying to attack her, get into that bullpen. Keep that pitch count high. 60 through 2 1/3. That's still doing pretty good for them.
That's very good. 60 already. That's very, very good. But they need to keep her off the locked in and on fire.
Good
Well,
patience there
walk
by
to
Walker.
Woody Walker.
Now batting,
That'll
the
bring
right
up
fielder,
Judd French.
number 41.
I feel like
doesn't-
Woody. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say he doesn't get to hit off a bomber here.
I feel like Woody Walker probably is the most walked player in the SSBL this season. I think he had like 4 or 5 walks one game I remember.
Living up to his name. Runner will take out for a second. This one is going to drop down. Hit and run works out, but not really because runner doesn't advance to third.
Now batting.
Here is Juan Deck now.
Hitter, number 44.
Templo's pitching real wide to that she just can't get that to cut into the zone. Oh,
Juan Deck chases high. Tumblo.
And big out there for the Skulls.
yeah, huge out.
Now batting.
Let her keep pitching to you. I think that one was going to be a ball pretty easily. Like, keep letting her, like, getting free bases, you know, keep putting the pressure on her to perform.
69 pitches for Jess Tumblo, now 70.
Another walk probably would have dropped her back down to tenths. Ooh.
2-2 count. 2 outs, runners on first and second. Misses low, full count. Runners will go here. And he gets caught looking.
Oh. You can't
Max
look at that.
Swingins rung up. And if you're a sub, well, you get the chance to use this one.
Shortstop, number 78.
I don't think that is a strike.
Yeah, that was a strike. It's just like you gotta swing eventually.
Caught the outside part of the plate.
Right to the glove of Richie for out number 1. Thank God he made the catch.
The second baseman,
Bemam Botley.
21.
Into right. This one is tracking towards the wall and caught by Judd French just off the foul line.
Nice giddy up from French to get that one. Track that one down.
Rock yellow. 1-2 count. 2-2 now. Into left. Woody Walker makes the grab for out number 3. We're heading to the top of the 4th inning. Hewitt, Carp, and Betancourt do up for the Retrievers.
Now batting.
Super Series, Season 5, Best of 7 Series. Skulls won games 1 and 2. 1 game 4, and then the Retrievers have won game 3 and 5. Looking to force this one into a penultimate game. And that'll be a walk there. We'll see how long they keep on Tumblo.
The catcher, number 3.
And as I say that, here comes Dante Smalls.
This is the penultimate game.
Yes.
Penultimate
Dante
is
Smalls
next.
comes in for the second time, and they catch him in the rundown. They catch him in the rundown.
How many base running errors are the freaking Retrievers going to have this series? It's getting embarrassing at this point. Oh my.
Kerwin Carp jacks this one, and this one is being got at as Kip
Yeah.
Shaw is there to make the catch. Dante Smalls comes in for the first time since game 3. Second time all series, and all you have to do is correct me on penultimate.
We're grammar buffs here.
Just don't ask me to spell anything.
I'll do the spelling.
Betancourt is a Bomber special nut here. She gets on there. Domingo Ritchie.
Oh,
Into left, and that one's going to get down. Back to back.
wish that base runner was still on. Probably would have been 3-1.
Now batting, the shortstop,
Kuhart 0 for 2. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Runners on first and second. 2-1 Retrievers lead here in game 6.
So, yeah, okay. Ugh.
Right to Morgoon, the throw to first in time for the 3rd out. But to the bottom of the 4th inning, Shaw bats Henry due up.
The one thing that keeps Hart from being like a superstar is his speed.
32.
Kipshaw. Quickly up 3-0 here. And he earns a 4-pitch walk from Gregory.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number.
It was Tumblo that was pulled first.
Oh, Dragon Special.
Hart to Hewitt. And off
Oh!
of the glove of Bencourt. You jinxed it, Whitney. You jinxed it.
Oh.
This one into right.
Skulls have been able to capitalize off of those kinds of mistakes from the Retrievers this series. See if the Retrievers defense can bounce back.
Rick Maniac, runner on first, 2 outs. Skulls down by 1. Swing and a miss. He gets rung up there. We're heading to the top of the 5th inning. Walker, French deck, due up for the Retrievers here in the top of the 5th inning. What do you
Nice
guys
bounce
think?
back by Gregory.
What do you guys think would be a good prediction? The next prediction to put through.
Will there be 2 or more strikeouts in the next inning? Maybe start with the 6th inning since this inning already has 1 out.
Number 41.
Do like 1 point, so you could do over under, like set at 1.5 will be under 2 or over 2.
As he gets rung up there for out number 1. So how many strikeouts in the 6th inning?
Number 44.
We're gonna have 2 or less, 3 or more. Those are your options to choose from. And you'll have 2 minutes to predict on that. One deck, that one will get through. Retrievers getting hits and 2 outs so far this game.
Now batting, the center
Brings up
fielder,
Max
number
Swingins.
20.
Popped up. Botley makes the grab for out number 3. We're heading to the bottom of the 5th. Bottom of the order, due up for the Skulls of Rock.
Now batting, the left fielder.
So far, Skulls only scored 1 run through the first 4 innings against Dina Gregory. Is this a reflection of Dina Gregory or a reflection of not having Denver Brainstorm?
I think
would
it's a
say
reflection of.
Dina
Yeah.
Gregory.
I agree
Yeah.
with Dina Gregory.
She had a pretty good start. Like, even though Tumblo kind of outdueled her, she still had a pretty good start in game 2.
Game 2 was 3-2.
Yeah. So I think it's Dina Gregory just having, and you know what, for the Bombers, I remember her having, and Whitney's probably gonna say something that discredits me, but I remember her having a couple good starts in the playoffs. Say for
Yeah.
one, I remember. Because I think Whitney, she had 1 bad start, right? Like
She had
awful
a
start.
really bad start the first game against the Cyclones, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I remember that. But for the rest of the postseason, she was pretty great. And actually, she was one of the more consistent pitchers. I don't remember how Kate Luna did, but
1-1 count to Dinklage Morgoon. 1 out, runner on first. That one gets inside. Swing right at Richie for the 2nd out. That brings up Benjamin Botley.
Number 21.
This one out to right and drops foul. Runner will take off for a second to throw. By Carp, not in time.
Too fast. Who is that on base?
I believe that's Wiley Intense.
Is Intense that fast?
he's fast-ish. I'm telling you, they have a lot of speed on this team.
Into left, Woody Walker makes the grab. We'll head to the top of the 6th inning. Well, if the Retrievers hold on here, we will be going to a game of 7 tonight. It'll be approaching 11:15 Eastern time, so a little bit of late night baseball action. They'll need to hold on here with a 1-run lead. Dante Smalls throws
Retrievers getting sloppy at the plate. They're swinging at a lot of garbage, inside pitches that are way outside. They've really got to be. They were doing a good job working counts and making pitchers throw them something that they can hit, and they're kind of getting away from that.
Here is the heroic all-star Kerwin Carp. Into right in the hands of Brock Yellow.
Great closing speed by Brock Yellow.
Mm-hmm. Especially here in Bengado. That's a lot of ground you have to cover.
Smalls, for the first in time for the third out. Right to the bottom of the 6th inning, and if you said 3 or more strikeouts, well, you're gonna need to strike out the side here.
The right fielder, number 3.
Quickly 0-2 here. Just misses the inside corner. And he gets rung up. Dina Gregory keeps the prediction alive. 1 gone. Here's Kip Shaw.
Number 32.
Gregory locked in at 77 pitches.
Off the plate. Ball inside.
3-1.
Kip Shaw.
Hits the outside corner. And he gets walked there.
Ball never lies. Anyway.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number
That was an interesting zone for that at bat. Not gonna lie.
Runner takes out for second to throw. In time.
Later.
Well,
Oh my! Not even close.
It was a pitch out. Like, it was a perfect time to call a pitch out.
Wow.
I don't blame the Skulls for being aggressive.
And he gets swung up there. Well, there were 2 strikeouts, but not 3. Heading to the top of the 7th inning. It's a 1-run lead for the Retrievers.
the third baseman, number 3.
Well, guys, we have seen some high-scoring games this series. We have seen some low-scoring games this series. We have seen a bit of everything the SSBL has to offer so far.
It's been a pretty great series. Probably, I think it was. I don't know if Dean's here to correct me or not. Oh!
He gets rung up there. Dante Smalls finding his groove after only playing 1 game. And that's going to do it for Dante Smalls.
What?
Only 3 innings. And in comes Ahe Hugo. And as soon as he comes in, Trueheart centers it up the middle.
I mean, he was getting low on the stamina, but he was rolling. That's a bit of a surprising pull, but probably the best Super Series we've had since Season 2. I think that one went a full 5 games. Then it was a sweep Season 3. Season 4 only went 5, and here we are in 6 here.
This one jacked into center, and Kip Shaw is there to record the 2nd out.
Kip Shaw just so good in center field with so much speed, can track just about anything down, unless it just super starts cutting back into left or right field.
Judd French. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Retrievers have a fragile 1-run lead. This one right to Botley. Throw the first in time for the 3rd out. We head to the 7th inning stretch. Want to thank you for joining us for the Season 5 Super Series. Fisac on the call, joined by A Squared and Whitney. Make sure you are following the official SSBL Twitch. Maybe send us a Prime Gaming sub if you have one. And regardless, make sure you're part of the Discord as we are about to enter the off-season, which means if you have not submitted a player, it's free. What are you doing? Go do it. Go join the Discord. As Caller Henry's going to pop this up to Kerwin Carp for the 1st out of the series. How are you guys feeling about your player submissions for the offseason?
I haven't done it.
I got some names in there. I'm pretty happy with my names.
Happy to announce that there will be more Fry Shacks joining the league, as that's going to do it for Dina Gregory's 6 innings. Four hits, one earned
That's
run, and
fine.
in comes Peach Dropkin. Runner immediately takes off for a second. It's a
Uh-oh.
called hit and run.
Oh!
It gets Kuhart out of position.
Uh-oh.
And just like that, the Skulls have runners on first and second. And here is Randy Raskeller.
Number 14.
Nina was kind of dealing. I think that's kind of an early pull as well. I mean, Peach Dropkin's good, but I mean,
I'm kind of fine with it, to be honest. You don't want to leave Dina out there too long.
I mean, true, yeah. I mean, we've definitely seen the
I
case
see your
of
point. I see
leaving
your
out
point.
to dry, but like,
That one gets past the glove. Runner's gonna come home. Judd French, the gun home. Is it in time? It is! Judd French throws it home. Run it down. Gun him down. It's 2 outs now. Runners on first and second. The tying run out at the plate.
wow. Huge play. Oh, I thought that was fair.
0-2 count to Dinklage. Morgan. That was off the glove of Kerwin Carp. He needs to get to that. He does get it into time
is-
before
that is
the ball goes
potentially
out
huge.
of play.
Potentially huge.
2-2 count. Runners on second and third.
Oh,
Skulls down by 1. This one up the
Oh,
middle. We have at
my.
least a tie game. Runner will round third. Swing-ins will just throw to second. And the Skulls take a 3-2 lead here in game 6.
What a huge play. Oh my God. Morgoon
Wow.
comes through again.
absolute horrible mistake by Carp.
Oh
And
no.
Botley now into left. And that's amazing catch by Woody Walker there. To limit the damage, the Skulls go
Save the
ahead.
run.
Top of the 8th inning. 1-run lead for the Skulls.
Oh my. I'm gonna pin that for a second. And I don't want to be talking about it for the next 3 innings, but we'll talk about it. Let's see if my God.
Jadinklage Morgoon came over with Jess Tumblo from the Dragons as Hugo walks there. In exchange for Vanessa Marzo,
Rubenstein?
Rubenstein will come in to pinch hit for
I
Matt
agree with
Swingins.
this.
Yeah, oh yeah. With the tense swing-ins, yeah, it's a no-brainer. Oh, that was going to be an out anyway.
Morgoon came over with Tumblo in exchange for Star
right at
and
him.
Marzo.
Good one to hit. Good one to hit.
The second baseman.
Man, here it's tense too.
I just want to say this. Hewitt has been absolutely killer at second base.
Yeah, she could have dove for that one. She has not had a great defensive series. I mean, both second basemen have kind of struggled here in the later games.
Into right. And Brock Yell is there for the second out.
Wow, look how much tense is hurting Brock Yellow's fielding. Something to keep an eye on.
And Steve Sessions will come in to pinch run for Juan Deck.
Too little.
Ooh, wow.
Too late. Yeah, I don't know about that. But now you take out the Sessions to first base, but you're down. So
And the Skulls record the third out. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. They have a 1-run lead, and they are close to a Super Series victory.
Now in the game.
Claudette Levi will come in at right field. Judd French will move to center.
that's probably one of my favorite animations in this game.
Right to the glove of Jopkin for out number 1. Which one is that?
The one where they get a ball inside and they slide out of the way. That's probably one of the most realistic animations in this game.
Peach Dropkin is tense. Quickly 3-0 to Kip Shaw. Finds the curveball right into the zone. He was it again, full count. And gets into chase. Richie, the throw to first in time for out number 2.
Great sequence by Dropkin to come back from 3-0. A lot of other pitchers will just put him on.
Rashid bats now. 2-1 swung on right to the glove of Hart to throw to first in time. And we are heading to the top of the 9th inning. The Skulls are 3 outs away from taking the Season 5 Super Series. And it'll be the top of the order for the Retrievers to get it done. That one foul. One
lucky.
swing away from a tie game.
Bencourt needs to set the tone.
This one right to Bodley. They'll throw to first in time for out number 1. Retrievers down to 2. Here is Domingo Ritchie.
Number 29.
He's 2 for 4 with 2 singles. 1-1 count. This is outside, the 2-1. This one, that'll get up the middle, and Ritchie is aboard.
Ritchie has decent speed, probably one of the better base runners you want right now.
Crew Hart, 1 swing away from a game-ending Dragon Special. 1 swing away from the end of the game. This one's to Bali. He's just gonna go to first.
Wise decision.
And Woody Walker now, the
Iron
best
balls.
bat in
Now,
the
if this
Retrievers
was-
lineup.
If I was controlling the team, I would walk Woody Walker. But that's just me.
The Skulls, without Denver Brainstorm, come into Game 6, and they have won the Season 5 Super Series. A hard-fought series. Congratulations to the Retrievers on a fantastic season. They won the heroic pennant. They come up just short to a stacked Skulls roster, as the Skulls are your Season 5 Super Series champions. Three to your final score here. And guys, what were your thoughts here, and what are your thoughts about this Skulls team?
First off, congratulations to Puppet. It was a very hard-fought series. You did not lay down. You did not go away. Congratulations. You're not going anywhere. This team isn't going anywhere. And taking a mediocre team to a contender and should hold your head up. As for the Skulls, pretty much played a perfect series until Game 5. And then even without Brainstorm coming over adversity, without one of their best hitters and a great, pretty much the whole pitching staff, a great pitching performance from Tublo, Smalls, and Hugo, especially Hugo. I was very impressed from what he came out. Smalls overcoming his past struggles. It was a great game. Unfortunately for the Retrievers, they could not hold on. A couple huge mistakes killed them late, with Hewitt not getting dirty. And you have to come back to this, and I know Whitney's probably going to mention it as well, and it's on his mind. Carp, just that the absolute significance, the huge significance of that pass ball, allowing the 2 RBI single, which might have been 1 run in a tie game.
Yeah,
but
the
2
game
RBIs.
is probably at least tied.
At least tied.
Yeah, it's
But-
not. It's not. Yeah.
Congratulations to Skulls, probably one of the more complete teams in the SSBL, redeeming themselves from the late season collapse from last year. Congratulations to Josh to getting his first SSBL championship
With the Skulls.
with the Skulls.
Peach
forgot that
Dropkin gets the loss. Ahe Hugo gets the win. Your stars of the game, Dina Gregory, Dante Smalls, Kip Shaw. All right, guys, before we close out, who do you think deserves the MVP for both teams, and who is the MVP of the Super Series?
MVP of the series.
We'll do for the Retrievers first.
Okay, for the Retrievers, MVP would probably be Peach Dropkin, if I'm being honest.
I'd probably go Peace Dropkin or Judd French.
And now, what about the Skulls?
Skulls, I would
uh,
probably
Skulls
say
MVP.
Kip Shaw.
If
Or
Skulls
Brock Yellow.
MVP for World Series MVP, I'd probably also agree and go Kip Shaw.
And of course, most likely the MVP is going to be from the winning team. Or do you think that Peach Dropkin deserves to be the MVP?
Peach Dropkin had a couple good games. She had that magnificent game 3, but Kipshaw just consistently good throughout the series. And yeah, I would just give World Series MVP. My World Series MVP personally is Kipshaw.
Well, it's been a fantastic season here in the SSBL. The Retrievers are your Season 5 Heroic Pennant Champions. The Skulls are your Season 5 Epic Conference Pennant Champions. And the Skulls are your Season 5 Super Series Champions. Before we go, any final thoughts on the season? Anything you want to say to the SSBL audience?
Like Square was saying, tip of the cap to Puppet. Took this Retrievers team and built them into a team that was battling for the Super Series. Just some unfortunate things happened there in the end, preventing us from a Game 7. But it was a great season, you guys. It was a lot of fun being able to call these games now, and looking forward to another great season and some fun craziness coming in when the trade window opens up.
Anything from you, Squared?
No, pretty much all I needed to say. It was a great season. Thank you everyone for participating. Thank you everyone for bearing with us. I know it wasn't the easiest season, but thank you everyone. It's always nice to have a community to come to and to hang out with everyone. You know, I really appreciate all you guys hanging out, you know, staying active, and looking forward to the off-season craziness, because honestly, off-season is my favorite time of the year.
Well, on behalf of A Squared and Whitney, I'm Fisac. Thank you for joining us this season. Season 6 coming to you March of 2021. But we've got off-season action. Join the Discord, be a part of the community. It's going to be a great, fantastic time. From everyone at the SSBL, congratulations to the Skulls. We'll see you next season.